Bombshell. Just in, you won't believe this. The Cubs announce an emergency signing in the middle of the Classic. I'm going to tell you everything, but first, leave a like because here you can keep up with everything happening with the boys in blue. The Chicago Cubs front office decided to act quickly behind the scenes. With the alarm bells ringing following Dansby Swanson's injury, the front office found an emergency solution and completed the signing of 29-year-old infielder Jackson Clough. And most importantly, this doesn't look like a simple roster-filling move. The timing of the Cubs' decision says a lot about the organization's concerns over the team's depth and the need to be prepared for any further problems during the push towards the playoffs. Clough was available on the open market following his stint in the New York Mets organization, and he will now become part of the Cubs system. The team wasted no time and, immediately after finalizing the deal, assigned the player directly to AAA Iowa, where he can get to work and prepare for a potential call-up if needed. The signing comes at a time when the roster situation has gained an extra layer of tension. Dansby Swanson's absence represents a significant problem for the Cubs, not only because of his defensive impact, but also because of his experience and ability to perform under pressure. In a season where every win could make a difference in the race for the postseason, losing an important piece forces the front office to think several steps ahead. Even though he is starting in AAA, the new addition now represents a kind of insurance policy for the Cubs. If another injury occurs, if the schedule becomes demanding, or if the coaching staff needs another infield option, the organization now has another player available within its own system. There is no room for major mistakes at this stage of the season. The team is entering that part of the year when every little detail starts to matter much more. An injury that appears to be isolated can trigger a chain reaction throughout the roster, especially when we're talking about infield positions, where defensive consistency and versatility are absolutely crucial. That's why, even though Jackson Clough isn't immediately joining the major league roster, his signing can be viewed as a strategic decision. The Cubs are building depth at precisely the time they need it most. And that also raises an important question. Could this be the front office's final move? For Cubs fans, this is a situation that deserves maximum attention. The objective hasn't changed: reach the playoffs and build a roster capable of competing all the way to the end. But to accomplish that, the Cubs can't rely solely on their starters. They need alternatives, especially when an important piece like Swanson is unavailable. Jackson Clough arrives as an immediate response to a problem that has emerged at the worst possible time. At 29 years old, he now has the task of proving in Iowa that he can be ready if the phone rings and Chicago needs him. For the Cubs, there is simply no room to wait for a problem to happen before looking for a solution. The season is moving forward, the race is getting tighter, and the margin for error is shrinking. That's why every signing, every promotion, and every roster decision could end up carrying enormous weight further down the road. The signing may look small compared with major names or blockbuster deals, but these depth moves are exactly the kind of decisions that can make a difference when the season reaches its most critical stage. Now, Jackson Clough begins his journey with AAA Iowa, while Cubs fans in Chicago watch the organization's next moves closely. Because if the front office is signing emergency reinforcements while still competing in crucial games, one thing seems clear. The Cubs are not willing to let one injury destroy their playoff plans. And you, Cubs fan, do you think the signing of Jackson Clough is simply a precaution, or do you believe the Cubs should go out and find another major infield reinforcement? Yes or no? Leave your answer in the comments and tell me why you feel that way. I love keeping up with the Cubs fanbase's opinions. And if you want to stay one step ahead of the biggest news, make sure you subscribe to the channel.